morning, dreamers. Starting the video today with our announcements and updating with some news. But I'm gonna start off with the announcements, and then I'm gonna go into the poem I recently wrote, and I'm going to finish up with some gratitude cards, a grateful heart from the new deck, and some empowering questions. The empowering question card will probably be one I'm going to ask everyone, all my dreamers, once I pull the card. I'll put the question in there, and please comment with an answer to the question for participation. Yeah, I've been out. I missed my last week. I've been out on and off, but last week I missed doing the taking care of the video upload due to some things that were going on. I did have some personal business matters to take care of, and some personal health issues going on too. I was trying to get the results first before I made an announcement about anything, just in case it was nothing to really worry about. But let me start with the announcements first. And then I'm going to read my poem, and then I will go into a little discussion about what's going to happen now with this situation. And yeah, so let me get started. So I want to start my announcement with the news that I informed some dreamers through email that I would make an announcement, and that's what we're going to do today. I will be reading a poem. I already announced that, and I said all this. So I actually just went over everything, okay? So I wanted to do some shout outs. So my shout outs were for those who sent me their budget list to my email, Poems and Stories to Remember. They sent me a pre-budget list. I appreciate the participation, knowing that you actually listened and you participated. I greatly appreciate that. Okay. I want to shout out to Eno de la Cruz, Christine Cruz. Trying to remember. Let me look on here real quick, because I didn't write down everybody. I just remembered some people who sent me the email. Yeah, I see Eno's. I seen Christine Cruz. So yeah, I did shout out the two people that send me their budget plan. I appreciate that. I mean, I see that in your country you use pesos, like the same way when I do the PayPal. But I think Eno was it Eno Christine? One of the dreamers took time out to write it out to let me know what the cash portion was versus the peso portion, and I really appreciate that. So, but yeah, thank you so much for participating and sending me that information to my Gmail and showing me that you are hearing me out, you are listening. And like I said, going forward, anyone who has any other type of suggestion or wants to see anything else done on this channel, remember, even though I do poems and stories that I write, I also share a whole lot of other things that whatever. This is like my me channel, so even though it's poems and stories to remember, I still do other things on this channel, okay? And when it comes to helping, that's what my channel is all about. I'm willing to help in any situation, so it doesn't matter. If you have a question that you want to pose, please send it to PoemsAndStoriesToRemember@gmail.com. If I don't have an answer, I will find an answer for you, okay? I am here to help, to assist. It's something that I do in my regular work. I work as someone who assists others and supporting them, so that I carried this over. Well, I actually started it, you know, a long time ago, but like literally I created my channel based on, excuse me, I created my channel based on that also. So, you know, not just sharing a part of me, but also being able to assist. That's the reason why I do the cash giveaways. Okay? So, let's see. I'll announce everything else after I read the poem. So, I'm going to go right into the poem right now. Anyone after you hear this poem, if you can, like I said, always, I'm not good at picking titles. This title I did put Who Knew, but if you, after hearing this poem, can think of a good title, please send it to me. You can comment on the video, in this video, or if you would like for it to be private, you don't want others to know that you actually sent me the title, send it to PoemsAndStoriesToRemember@gmail.com, okay? So, who knew? You came quickly to conquer and destroy, but my faith in God gave me the strength not to accept your defeat. As quickly as I found out, I began to pray, repeating over and over, this is not my end. I prayed to God first for peace and then for clarity. I wanted to know what was the purpose. Was this a test? I prayed for healing, wanting to see instant results. But in the end, I was reminded that it is not my timing, but God's timing. And the advice I have given my dreamers is to pray, believe, and let it go. Family and friends sending up prayers, giving me encouragement, allowed me to hold my head up and stay strong. My denial became real when the pain became intense. I tried to fight through the pain and stay strong, but the pain made me weak. I had no choice but to rest and hope that the final results brought a miracle. The final results brought hope, but left my thoughts wandering on how I could have cancer. I sat in silence as the doctor confirmed that I have breast cancer, and now I must prepare for surgery. I think what bothered me the most is the time of recovery, not being able to upload my videos, contemplating how long it will take to recover, praying that this surgery is one and done. I don't know what lies ahead. All I know that all things are possible if you believe. So I ask all that hear my poem not to cry for me. I ask you to pray that God continues to give me peace and strength to deal with whatever lies ahead. So yeah, I called this Who Knew because, like I said, it came swiftly. I had no idea of what was going on, what happened. In the beginning, it was like, I don't know. I can't even tell you when this began because of how it formed. But I do know that a week prior to this, and I want to share this on my channel with my dreamers because I told you I'm always straightforward and honest. I found a lump, and the lump was painful, and I just, you know, a couple days after I found the lump, I thought it had went away, so I thought it was nothing, but it actually just had moved. And so a couple days after it moved, or a day after, I think it was a day after it moved, where I couldn't feel it. No, it was a couple days. It popped back up again, and it was hurting. So I called my mom and told her I wanted to go to the emergency room. She came and picked me up so I could see what was going on because it was very painful. And a lot of times when I get stressed, my migraines will start kicking in, my blood pressure will go up. So when I got to the hospital, the emergency room, I do want to share this. When I got to the hospital, my blood pressure was up really high. And spoke with the thing, and they were, you know, asking me questions about my medical history and all that. And then brought a doctor in. And when I told the doctor the symptoms and everything, they ordered for an ultrasound to be done. And when I got the ultrasound done and everything, when the results came back, They were telling me that they didn't want to scare me, but at that point they diagnosed me as precancer and told me that it was vitally important for me to follow up with an oncologist right away so I could get a mammogram. And so the one of the doctors there recommended another doctor that actually works for the hospital that I was at. And so I was able to get an appointment the next day, the very next day. And I went in to that appointment, and she discussed what the next steps were, that I needed to get the mammogram and call for the mammogram appointment and another ultrasound. They wanted to do an ultrasound of both of my breasts to make sure that it was not in both, since they had initially, I found a lump in the left side. So at this time, everybody's still adamant, telling me that, to stay on top of this and all that. And that's fine, all fine and dandy. And like I said, in my poem, I went in prayer because I'm like, what is going on? And never thought I would experience this. I mean, I've had things, previously happen, but God worked them out. And I just, never expected to deal with something like this. And so I questioned. I'm a questioner. I ask questions. Went to my Heavenly Father, asking him what it was the purpose of this. Is this something that I'm supposed to experience so I can share with the world the good results that's going to happen from it? Because I try to stay positive. Is this a test? Is this a test of my faith? No, I don't accuse. I don't blame. I understand that there's a balance of evil, of good and bad in the world. And I don't accuse God, or blame him when something bad happens. Because I realize, I recognize that there's a devil and, also that exists on this earth, and that can spread and wreak havoc. And especially when you're trying to do the right things is when the devil will work harder to work against you. So basically, I just went in prayer and I shared it with few. I did not share with a whole lot. I shared it with some friends, and I shared it. My mother knew. And my mom, being a mother, I asked her not to tell anyone because I didn't want to have to explain before I actually had the results. And plus, the area where it's at, I don't want to keep talking about it. And I had to explain that to her. Mom is being a mother, and she called other family members and told them to call me, which I still was not really happy about, but I understood she was being mothering. She was doing her part, and she didn't mean any harm. But like I said, I wanted to know the results first so that I within myself can know what I can do. Even though the other doctors are saying people are going to have questions. They're going to want to know, what happened, how did you get it, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't know any of those things at the time. I just knew that these doctors kept telling me that I had breast cancer. So it was a scare at first because they also said they had seen something in my lymph nodes under my arm. But the day I got the biopsy, I had to wait 5 days from that day to get the results. So everything was intense. Really, really just all over the place. And it's, when you're dealing with a health issue, you go to God in prayer. You can go to God in prayer and then ask him, and we're supposed to release it. But a lot of times we're human. And when you're not sure and you don't know what's going on, it is hard to just let it go. So, but I was reminded of what I told y'all, my dreamers, that, we are to have that faith and believe, to receive, and then, let it go. And I understand that, because if you pray and then you worry after you prayed, then you're not believing or having that faith that's required, to make it through. You have to believe that your Heavenly Father is going to actually do it for you. And then, it may not be the whole result that you expected, but it is still a good result. So The initial doctor that I had seen the next day called me and told me that they confirmed breast cancer, but she misled me on the lymph node. So she had me believing that it had spread it to the lymph node because of how she told me. She didn't tell me that it was no cancer in the lymph node. She was just cancer. So I was out dealing with paperwork, trying to get the paperwork I needed from my just in case I needed to go on short-term disability leave or whatever, because I did some research on my surgery, but to see how long I would be out based on what I think they're going to do. But I will actually get to talk to a surgeon on Monday to see what they're going to do, how long I will need to be out, what I will need to do, and then I'm actually going to base when I will set up the surgery on that. So I know they're going to try to probably rush me, but I have things I have to tend to and make sure they're in order before I can just be rushed. I want to make sure I at least have another check flowing to me before I go to surgery. That way the paperwork will get there on time for the time frame I need to be out to recover. So this is what I was basically didn't share all the way. I just told my dreamers that I had a surgery I had to deal with, but I didn't tell you why. Because I wanted to share it on the channel with everybody who, my dreamers who come and watch the channel. I wanted to let you know what was going on. That whole time was literally because they had to put me through mammograms, the biopsy. I was really in pain most of the time, and I missed some time from work. So that's the reason why I'm concerned. I want to make sure that if I'm down, my kids are not worrying about anything right now. There'll be food in the house, which I try to keep in here anyway. The bills will be paid. They won't be knocking at my door. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure I have a good check before I go into to doing surgery. So. But yeah, I wrote this the other day, and I knew it was meant for me to write. It just flowed. Like I said, when I write something, it's not something I really work on. It usually flows out all at once. So if you know a good title for this other than Who Knew, please by all means comment in the comment section or send it to PoemsANDStoriesToRemember@gmail.com. So, yeah, I'm going to get started on the gratitude. I wanted to pick gratitude today and a grateful heart because, my results could have been worse. It could have been that it was spread to the lymph nodes, as I believed from the first doctor. And, I did question it, so I should have waited. She did tell me about an addendum, but she didn't tell me that they were waiting for more results. You know what I'm saying? Because I was wondering why she called me when the doctor who did my biopsy told me he was going to call me. So I didn't know what was going on. I was confused. And then I did research, but my research, even though I went to school for medical coding, I didn't finish. And I knew some of what was in the pathology report, but I didn't understand all of it. I was able to break down my counts, and because I was diagnosed with moderately differentiated invasive ductal carcinoma. I was trying to find a stage because when she gave me the results, she didn't even tell me what stage I was in. She told me she couldn't figure that out. So I basically did my research myself based on the size of the tumor. I believe my stage is 2B. Based on the size. Well, you know what? No, it's not 2B now, because I realized that since it's not spread to the lymph node like I previously believed, it would be 2A. So the size of the tumor makes it in the 2s, but it would be 2A. Okay. So, not too big. So that's my stage. And basically, like I said, I wanted to let my dreamers know. Today I'm not in pain. It hurts to touch, but I'm not in the type of pain I was before. So I'm basically going to try to, like I said, work out this week coming and see if I can schedule, the surgery for either after Thanksgiving, or the first week in December. So, yeah, I don't want to do it right now. I definitely don't want to do it right now. And I want to, now naturally, if I get in more pain or whatever, then I would have to schedule it sooner. But I want to see if I can ride it out a little bit, just so that I can get, my household back in order. Okay. As you know, previously I, suffer from migraines, and found out that the medication that I was taking for my blood pressure was double dosing my migraines. And I shared that on here with y'all too. And I had an allergic reaction to it. So it's making everything worse, to the point to where my schedule had to be adjusted. And I pretty much like my schedule the way it is now. I just want to be able to show up without being in pain each day, and get my job done, because I love what I do. Okay, so to anyone who's watching new, if you want to become a dreamer, please public subscribe. Public subscribe helps me to see you, and if you comment on the video, I can welcome you to the channel. And then if you like my content, please click the like button. That goes for anyone new watching and my dreamers, so that we can push this video up. Okay? For anyone, for my dreamers also, or anyone new watching, if you would like to know when I'm popping in, please click the notification bell. And for my dreamers who haven't clicked the notification bell, when you want to know when I'm on, please click the notification bell so you'll know when I'm coming on. Okay, let's get some gratitude cards, because my time is getting high. Get some gratitude. For my dreamers and anyone new watching, please, Heavenly Father, provide me with clarity, something that will give inspiration, motivation to my dreamers. I take flip cards only, y'all. That energy for my dreamers and anyone who's watching. Come on. There it is. Okay, how many? So we're going to take this one because I seen this one. I'm going to take this one because this one stood out. And this one wanted to come. So we have 3. We have 3 gratitude cards, y'all. Let's get Grateful Heart. I'm going to do all the cards up front. I'm not doing the positive affirmations because I decided to do the one empowering question that I'm going to put in the video. Excuse me. So we need a Grateful Heart card for our dreamers. I'm going to get one. Oh. I think I'm going to do 2 on this one. One more card for my dreamers, please. And then we're going to get lecture. These are small. Okay, so I'll take that one because it flipped over and showed me that one. I like what it says on there. So the final card is the empowering question. Let's see if the empowering question cards will cooperate and give us something nice, because normally I have to shuffle my hand to sleep to get a card from here. So let's see what happens. See if we can get some new energy from these cards. Empowering question for my dreamers and anyone who's watching. One card, please. One card, please. Told you, these cards do not like to flip. Ooh, my arm is getting tired, y'all. There it is. There it is. We'll take the first one. I'll put the rest back. Okay, so we got that. Let's put this just here on top. Okay, so let's start with this. Wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving. Khalil Gibran. So it's saying to wake at dawn. So early in the morning, you want to wake up and have a give thanks, be grateful for, rising and then going about your day. Okay? That's one. And this one, give thanks for unknown blessings already on their way. Native American saying. So they're telling you to give thanks for blessings unknown blessings, meaning blessings that you don't know about, but they're already on their way. You want to give thanks always. So literally, that's what I'm getting. You want to give thanks always. Whether you've received already, you be grateful for what you have received and give thanks. But you're also going to be grateful and thankful for the things that you have not received that you know you're going to, but you don't know what they are yet. Okay? In the end, maybe it's wiser to surrender before the miraculous scope of human generosity and to just keep saying thank you forever and sincerely for as long as we have voices. Elizabeth Gilbert. I like Elizabeth Gilbert. She had another card in here I like too. So she's saying, in the end, we should just be grateful and give thanks over and over and over and be grateful over and over and over again, no matter what. Okay? So that's the gratitude cards. And let's do this one. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. William A. Ward. Now, we got this one when I did the cards. I remember this. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. Psalms 104. Okay? So remember, it has a gratitude message on the front, and then it gives you scripture on the back. Okay? That's why I like these cards. Okay, let's turn this one. Joy is the net of love by which you can catch souls. A joyful heart is the inevitable result of a heart burning with love. Mother Teresa. Wow. And then the Lord is my strength and my song. Psalms 118:14. I noticed that it's either Psalms is in here a lot and there's a lot of Proverbs. So I guess those two books pertain to gratitude and, a lot. Because I see a lot of cards that come from Psalms and from some from Proverbs. Okay? So the final question. What is our question? Okay, so the final question is, and I want my dreamers to answer this in the comment section. What is the most courageous things you've done? How did it make you feel? What is the most courageous thing? It says I, but I'm reading it from your perspective. So what is the most courageous thing you've done? And how did it make you feel? Okay? Dreamers, thank you so much for allowing me to share my poem, which I titled Who Knew, but I'm looking for another, suggestion of titles. Thank you for allowing me to share my personal health journey with you today. Let you know what was going on and what my next steps is. Oh yeah, and I wanted to take this time to explain what I said. So I'm going to, because of what's going on, until I really talk to the surgeon, I don't know. I mean, they may tell me that I can't wait and that I have to have this surgery right away. Okay? So if that's the case, I'm going to need to put a freeze on the hardship cash giveaway for now. Like I said, we've already chosen the person that we want, but I was still waiting for 2 sponsors to get the rest of their information in, and I was also yeah, they're almost qualified, but you know how I am. I'm very particular because I don't want anyone scamming me and then me not sticking to my word. So um, literally because of this situation, it's been me back and forth to hospital, to radiology appointments, to everything. So I want to put a freeze on this so that I can take some time on the cash giveaway to focus on me first so I can get myself better so I can come back stronger. Okay? Also, the mystery cash giveaway will be frozen. To those people that I spoke to in the emails that were asking me questions, I believe I responded to everybody's question. There was one person that I said I may be able to work on that. I will definitely let you know if I can do what I said I was going to do before I actually have to shut this down for a minute. I'm going to see. I'm trying to learn how to do shorts so that if I'm able to upload something, it may be something short. If I'm not in pain, because I'm not going to upload if I'm in pain and just not feeling well. But if I can upload a short just so you'll know I'm still here, and then I would do some type of short, whether, it's a message, something short I wrote or something, because you only have a certain amount of time on there. Or just even a card. Even if I just pulled one of my gratitude cards or grateful heart card and left that message in a short, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do that. I'm going to have my dream team work with me, see if I can do that during the time frame that I'm not able to do a whole video upload for you. And one of my dream teams actually was the person who started the editing for my channel and showed me what to do, so I was able to do it. So I probably will go back to that member, asking them to upload my stuff if I'm not feeling well enough to do it myself, okay? But I just wanted to let you know I'm not closing my channel down. I'm not doing that because I love my channel. But I am putting a freeze on the cash giveaways right now so I can focus on this, see when I'm going to have my surgery, because I kind of got an idea of how long it's going to take to recover from it, based on the one thing I know that they want to do surgery on. If it's anything more, then that's going to add to the time frame. But I just wanted to, come on here, share my poem that I wrote with you, and, let you know what's going on, okay? The reason why I missed last week was basically because of the situation at hand that I was dealing with. And, just wanted to be able to give you an update, and I'm glad I was able to do that. So, like I said, I got good news, is because it has not spread it to my lymph nodes. It is, only from what they're saying in the mass, in the lump that's in my breast. Anything else they won't know until they actually go to remove that. So please keep me in your prayers. Thank you so much for taking time out of your productive day to comment, to look at my videos. I appreciate all of you. Sending love from Poems and Stories to Remember.